Attention passionate Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Buffalo Bills' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Buffalo Bills fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Buffalo, BILLSFANS. Let's get to the news all right. Folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you might be one of the biggest rumors circulating around the NFL right now. And it involves the Bills potentially making a bold move that could reshape their offensive landscape for years to come. It's all about T. Higgins, the talented wide receiver from the Cincinnati Bengals, and the possibility that Buffalo might make a run at him before the trade deadline or even in the offseason. The NFL rumor mill is buzzing, and sources close to the league, including respected insiders like Adam Schefter, are whispering that this might actually happen. So let's dig into the details and what it could mean for the Bills, because this isn't just a simple trade rumor. It's a potential game changer for how Buffalo approaches their offense, playoff push, and Super Bowl aspirations. Right now, the Bengals find themselves in a tricky spot. They're sitting at 5-5, and their salary cap situation isn't exactly generous. They're cap-strapped with just around $6 million in space. To make things more complicated, Cincinnati is also dealing with some serious injury issues along their offensive line, which has leaked an alarming 29 sacks so far this season. They're clearly looking to rebuild their defense and offensive line, especially after the setbacks caused by injuries to their OL. The idea is to free up cap space and maybe even get some draft capital in return for a player who could be vital in Buffalo's offense, T. Higgins. Rumors suggest that the Bengals might be willing to part with Higgins in exchange for a second-round pick in 2026 and a fourth-round pick in 2027, a pretty significant package that signals how much they value a rebuild right now. Now, what about the Bills? Well, Buffalo is sitting comfortably at 7-3, and they have around $14 million in cap space, which gives them some flexibility to make this kind of move without too much cap gymnastics. They're in a prime position to add a versatile Pro Bowl caliber receiver to their lineup. Remember, Higgins isn't just any receiver. He's a guy who can create mismatches, especially in the red zone and in key third-down situations. His profile is exactly what the Bills need to push their offense to the next level, especially with the recent struggles in the deep passing game. Higgins has been showing flashes of that Pro Bowl talent, with a solid stat line in 2024, 9 games played, 48 receptions on 72 targets for 680 yards and 5 touchdowns. He averages about 75. 6 yards per game and 14 yards per reception, making him a deep threat and a reliable target underneath. His career stats, over 350 receptions, more than 200 yards and 40 touchdowns, speak volumes about his ability to make plays when it counts. The fit in Buffalo couldn't be better. Higgins' route running and ability to pick up yardage after the catch, YAC, averaging around 2 yards per reception, would help open up the field dramatically. Imagine him lining up alongside Stefon Diggs that would give defenses a nightmare. Plus, with Dawson Knox and other weapons still in the mix, Higgins could be that X-factor who elevates the Bills' aerial attack to a new level, boosting their yards per game from around 240 to over 300. That's a massive upgrade, and it would make Buffalo's offense even more explosive, especially in that play-action game that's been so effective this season. This move could also alleviate some of the pressure on Josh Allen, giving him more reliable options and reducing turnovers caused by tight coverage and double teams. Higgins' presence on the field would force defenses to respect the deep threat, which could open up more running lanes and easier throws for Allen, boosting their overall efficiency. But why would the Bengals want to do this now? Well, they're prioritizing extending Joe Burrow's contract, a massive deal projected to be around $260 million, which will put significant cap pressure on Cincinnati. To make room for Burrow's extension, they're likely to release some cap space by moving players like Higgins, who has a relatively low injury risk this season. He played only 1 game in 2025 due to a shoulder injury, but has otherwise been healthy. The Bengals are also trying to improve their defense, which has been leaking points, 26, 5 points per game, so trading Higgins could help them reallocate resources to bolster their pass rush and secondary. They're clearly looking to rebuild around Burrow and create a more balanced team, even if it means parting with a key piece like Higgins. Now, let's break down what Higgins could mean for the Bills specifically. First, his addition would bring a huge boost to Buffalo's passing attack, especially in the red zone. His red zone success rate is around 65%, meaning he's reliable when it matters most. Plus, his contested catch percentage hovers around 58%, so he's proven he can win against tight coverage. Adding Higgins could push the Bills' total receiving yards by over 100 yards for the season, pushing their aerial yardage from roughly 240 yards per game to an eye-popping 300-plus yards. That kind of production would be a nightmare for defenses and could significantly elevate their scoring. Think about increasing their PPG from around 26.4 to over 31, which could be the difference in close games, especially during playoff push time. Furthermore, Higgins' presence would create more opportunities for Shakir and other emerging receivers. For example, Higgins' EPA, expected points added, per target is around plus 0.4, which is a clear upgrade over some current options. That means more efficient plays, more sustained drives, and less reliance on long, risky throws. It would also help reduce turnovers, a key factor in playoff success. With the added threat of Higgins stretching the field, defenses would have to respect the deep ball more, leading to improved success on play-action passes and a more dynamic attack overall. The Bills, already known for their potent offense, could become even more lethal, especially in divisional matchups where every point counts. From a defensive perspective, this trade could also influence how opponents approach Buffalo. With the offense potentially elevating to a top 10 level, teams might need to rethink their game plans, forcing them to dedicate more resources to containing the Bills' aerial attack. That could open up opportunities for the Bills' defense to tighten up against the run and create turnovers. The Bills' defense has been solid this year, but improving their top 31 min per game to around 35 minutes of possession could keep them fresher and more aggressive. It might even help them climb into the top 10 in points allowed, which is crucial when trying to secure playoff seeding and home field advantage. Now, looking at the bigger picture, the impact on the AFC playoff picture is significant. Higgins' addition could boost the Bills' chances of securing a top seed, especially if he helps increase their win percentage in close games. His presence in big playoff moments could be the final piece needed to elevate Buffalo into Super Bowl contention. If we look back at the 2023 playoffs, we saw how a player like Higgins, who can deliver 150 receiving yards and multiple touchdowns in crucial games, can be the X factor that makes all the difference. His previous playoff performances with Cincinnati, including a game with 150 yards and 2 touchdowns against Kansas City, show that he can step up on the biggest stage. That kind of mentality and ability is exactly what Buffalo needs to make a deep run. Now let's talk about the odds because they're already reflecting the potential impact of such a move. Currently, the Bills are sitting at plus 1,500 odds to win the Super Bowl. If they manage to land Higgins, those odds could plummet to around plus 600, reflecting a much higher chance of making a deep playoff run. This trade could be the spark that transforms Buffalo from a good team into a serious contender, especially in a division that's become more competitive with teams like Miami and the Jets also making moves. And finally, considering the history of NFL trades involving wide receivers, the ripple effects are undeniable. Think back to the trade of Tyreek Hill to Miami, which was a game changer and added at least 15 wins to their projected total. Higgins' addition could similarly push the Bills' win total upward of 10 or 11 games, making them favorites in the AFC East once again, and increasing their chances of getting that coveted home field advantage in the playoffs. It's a bold move, but one that could cement Buffalo's position as a top-tier team for years to come, especially if Higgins can stay healthy and continue to develop his chemistry with Allen. So in conclusion, folks, this isn't just a rumor. It's a potential seismic shift in the AFC landscape. The Bills are eyeing a player who can make an immediate impact, elevate their offense, and help secure that elusive Super Bowl ring. Whether it happens now or in the offseason, it's clear that Buffalo's front office is thinking big, and the fans should be excited because this could be the move that takes the Bills from good to great. Keep your eyes peeled and stay tuned because the NFL offseason is always full of surprises, and this one might just be the biggest yet for the Bills' Super Bowl aspirations. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Buffalo Bills news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Buffalo Bills fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Bills. Do you believe this move could push Buffalo all the way to the Super Bowl? Do you think it's worth the price and risk? Or do you see potential drawbacks? Whatever your thoughts, share them. I love engaging with the Bills Mafia, and your input is what keeps this community fired up. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Buffalo Bills news. We're in this together, and the future looks bright with possibilities like this on the table. Let's go, Buffalo!